You are Locked On Dodgers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
In a year that has been so improbable, the Dodgers have done the impossible. Victor, stop whining. They won. You negative naysaying Nancy. Woo! What an epic come from behind win. Welcome to the Dodgers World Series Champion Postcast. I believe I am drinking an Estrella beer from Jalisco, which is one of the Dodgers sponsors. Here we go. How great was that? I mean, in a series that was filled with, fairly uneventful games, to win that game is epic beyond belief. And what we've sat through and went through the first 5 innings until the 5th was painful. I wrote it down. It was painful what we were going through. I was just like, this can't be true. I mean, it was just one gut punch after the next. And yeah, woo! I got the family involved. They're not sports fans. Well, my daughter's into volleyball, but my wife is now a baseball fan, at least for the near future. She had walked outside at one point. Like, she was going through all of the roller coaster of emotions that real fans go through. I need a break from this. I can't handle it. This is stressful. This is too much. I need a break. I'm exhausted. I don't know about you guys. I need to go back just a little bit. And Victor was on the chat before the game was over. Victor was the guy that was in here yesterday, just ranting and raving in all caps about all the things that Dave Roberts did wrong. All the things that Dave Roberts did wrong. I woke up in the middle of the night, Victor. Well, it was more morning, before I normally wake up. And the thought came into my head. The phrase or the statement that Dave Roberts got the Dodgers here. It's now up to them to execute. They came out and executed today, but Dave Roberts also pulled all the right punches, pushed all the right buttons, pulled out Jack Flaherty when he just didn't have it. And if the Dodgers lost this game, I guarantee all of you, including Victor, would have been like, freaking Dave Roberts, Jack Flaherty. Like as if it's his fault that Jack Flaherty was getting shelled. Now, look. Excuse me. Jack Flaherty on short rest is not great. We knew that. But again, the Dodgers had no options. Here's from Victor. I'm not sure if we're losing this game, but if we do, it's like I said yesterday, we gave them batting practice in game 4, and now the Yankees bats are awake. Yeah, yada, yada, blah, blah. Guess what? Look, the Dodgers took advantage here of the Yankees unraveling. Now, the Dodgers did not go out and dominate and win this game, but you know what they did? They scrapped. They took advantage of mistakes. They did not leave them out there. They manufactured runs. Craig, how about that, baby? World Series champs. Dodgers 8th World Series, by the way. Freddie Freeman, without a doubt, has to be the frickin' MVP. I don't know. They could throw Mookie in there as well. Would you be the least bit surprised if Mookie was a co-MVP? Mookie was so freaking clutch. And if at this point, I brought this up after Walker Buehler's last start and dominating performance. I'm like, do you really think that it's a good move to get rid of Walker Buehler at this point after what we've gone through? All of the pain and all of the agonizing over Walker Buehler returning to dominance. And here he is with a World Series save. You can't get rid of this guy now. He's got to be a Dodger for life. He has done enough to earn that title. to get I believe Oral did it in 88, and I feel like Kershaw did something similar in 2000. But this is an epic performance. The way he came out in the 9th inning to dominate and easy peasy lemon squeezy, we win. That unbelievable, right? How awesome is that? Everyone's not, there's nobody in the chat because everyone's celebrating. Can't believe I'm friggin' working. I'm going to take another drink of my beer if that's okay with you guys. I don't know if this is against the rules or not, but I'm an adult. So, and we just won a friggin' championship. Amen. Dodgers. I didn't think it was possible. I swear to you. I was like, we're going to lose to the freaking Padres again. That's what I was thinking. Victor, finally, Victor saying some things positive. Victor, are you having a beer? Please tell me you're having a beer. No more baseball stress. Try these Estrellas. They're at Costco. They're very inexpensive and very good. Teo was great. Where's BC? There's Nando. LFG. What's up, Nando? I got all sorts of notes. Do we have to get to the notes? I mean, we probably should break this game down because it was a fantastic game. And if you're a Yankee fan right now, I'm sorry. Like you are also drowning your sorrows because what a horrible way to lose a game. Up 5-0, cruising along, and then error, Judge, dropped ball, Volpe, ball in the dirt to third base. Garrett Cole sitting on his hands. Now, this is interesting about the Garrett Cole play. I'd love to hear your 2 cents. Again, please jump in on the comments here. By the way, Victor, it's Buehler, not Bheu. And Trinan was amazing too. Let me be honest about Trinan. I am not a fan of Blake Trinan. I'm letting my guard down a little bit here, and I probably shouldn't do this, but I don't like Blake Trinan because he's an anti-vaxxer, and I think it's ridiculous. But today I was like, go anti-vaxxer. I'm rooting for the name on the front of the jersey, not on the back. But he was absolutely dominant. I mean, a huge performance to get the win. 2 innings, 1 hit, struck out 3. I mean, that is showing up and flexing some muscle. I lost Gil. Gil is also an anti-vaxxer. Sorry, Gil. You're foolish too. Frank's with me, so it's a split. 1 for 1. No worries. Take care, Gil. It was nice knowing you. Good luck with the anti-vaxxing. Anyway, let's move on and not get into the politics of this because it's a fantastic night. And, a championship is a championship. And the Dodgers just won one. They're 8th, coming from behind, down 5-0. Freddie Freeman hammering a ball to left center. Was robbed by Judge. That ball really was the best hit ball of the day for the Dodgers. If you ask me, that ball was absolutely hit on the screws, and Ohtani was terrible all day. So many opportunities for Ohtani to not necessarily be the hero, but at least chip in, contribute. And his contribution today was a catcher's interference. I mean, Ohtani, I don't know if I look at that and go, was he overcome by the moment or was he just more injured than we know? But he got injured only a couple of days ago. He's been terrible this entire World Series. At least Aaron Judge broke out. Aaron Judge with 2 hits today, including 2 RBI and a home run, which put him at 4 for the entire series. Ohtani finished the series with just 2 hits. I mean, it's atrocious what Ohtani did. Just a terrible at bat with the bases loaded. I mean, Mookie Betts with the squib down the first baseline, and he hustled his ass off to get down there, and Garrett Cole was kind of standing there. This is what I wanted to bring up real quick before the break. I was kind of going back and forth with my buddies in the text. They put it on Rizzo for being lazy, for not hustling to the bag. As far as I'm concerned, that's on Garrett Cole. It's called PFP, which stands for Pitchers Fielding Practice. When they show up at spring training in Arizona or Florida in February, that's the first thing they work on. PFP is kind of a phrase that pitchers hate. because it's just work, running, basic. So to miss a PFP play like that, where Garrett Cole's standing there going, what, you should be over there, not me, it's ridiculous. Because if he gets over there and gets that out, they win this game. Dodgers still win it in 6. With Yamamoto on the mound, I wasn't worried, but it's better to win it this way. Got to put it away. So, yeah, Garrett Cole was fantastic on the mound. That dude was like to get roughed up like that in the 5th and then continue for 6 2/3 for another inning and 2/3 after that. Unbelievable. That is just monumental work right there. Garrett Cole is an absolute stud. And through the first 5, when the Dodgers were getting punched in the mouth left and right, and Garrett Cole was just working them over, he was hitless for the first 4, I believe. I was like, what? My wife was all frustrated. Like, what's up? Why can't they get a hit? I was like, this guy is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He is just doing what he does. It's not surprising in the least bit. Nando, my wife, is fully with you. Muncie needs to diet. She kept calling him Fat Muncie. It's like, come on. And then when he hit that ball in the 8th, I was like, that one's out of here. Like that short porch. It's almost like you just need to put it in the air and it's gone. I was so wishing for that ball to be gone. We would have all had a different feeling about Max Muncy, but he was also atrocious, hitless in this World Series. Just tough World Series for him. But, you know, you have to give the Dodgers credit for figuring out a way to scrap out a win here and win this World Series. The Yankees just absolutely wet the bed. According to Frank, Yankees were a bad defensive team all year consistently. I mean, that was just one after the other, and it cost them in the end. So congratulations to the Dodgers for getting it done, taking care of business, and salting away their 8th World Series victory. We'll talk more about it. What else can we get into? Freddie Freeman has to be the MVP, right? If you guys get the announcement, I'm not seeing it here. I'm just on the box score. So if it's announced, let me know ASAP. It's the Locked On Dodgers Postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every World Series is done. Well, tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers World Series Postcast, World Series Champions Postcast, is brought to you by PrizePicks. I didn't do any of my reverse psychology prize picks today. Didn't need to. I changed my hat and shirt multiple times during the game. So that was my contribution to the mojo of this game. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action with over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 players from 2 teams and win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long at PrizePicks. PrizePicks is the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, and Georgia. PrizePicks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy, so your lineup stays in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, PrizePicks keeps your lineup active. They also have members in their crosshairs and they put you first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. I believe it's on Venmo now. I heard that recently. Maybe that's a different script that I was reading. I don't see it on here, but I know I read it recently, which is awesome to get your money deposited into your Venmo account. That's huge. So lots of positive, cool things going on PrizePicks. It's a lot of fun if you haven't done it yet. So download the app today and use the code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 instantly off your first play with your first $5 lineup. Download the app or go to their website, prizepicks.com, Locked On MLB, $50 instantly off your first play of a $5 lineup. PrizePicks, run your game. Dodgers hanging a banner, as Daniel has pointed out, going back to back. Let's not start that, Daniel. Let's continue to celebrate this one. Back to back. Oh my God. That's the tough part about winning a championship. Look, it's obvious that it's great and we're all thrilled. And I still I look back in the middle of the season. I think back to that series in Philadelphia when they just got spanked and punched in the mouth. And I was like, this team can't win. Like, are they going to be able to? We talked a lot about it. Again, coming into this start of this baseball season, when I started working here at Locked On, my directive as the host of the postcast, and I was the first postcaster they hired here at Locked On. So, it was different from what the podcasters do. What Jeff and Vince do is kind of like, we're going to tell you what happened in the game and what it all means to the future and the probability of this team winning a championship. They wanted me to just look at the game, break it down, tell us what happened in the game and why you liked it and why you didn't, what was good, what was bad, etc. So they described it like this. You on the postcast go wide and narrow, wide and shallow. Look at the game, talk about the game, the here and now, and that's it. Jeff and Vince on the podcast will go narrow and deep. They're going to talk about Mookie, and they're going to talk about the pitching staff, and they're going to talk about Dave Roberts' coaching, decision-making, all that stuff, and what it all means. So we did it a little bit, but we tried. My goal was to try to stay away from all of that stuff. But there were times you couldn't help it. You had to discuss, like, is this bullpen good enough? Who's going to be in the bullpen in the World Series? Is Joe Kelly a guy that we think can be in a high leverage situation? Turns out the answer to that question was no. I sit here and I look today and I go, would Joe Kelly have helped this team? I don't know. Probably not. I don't feel like we missed him. He still gets a ring, obviously, but guys like Honeywell and Kasparius and Landon Knack, and having those guys in the bullpen to do what they did yesterday, unheralded heroes, to take the body blows, to be the sacrificial lambs yesterday, to set up the Dodgers for today, is part of the whole deal. Look, all of the guys that played this season still get rings. They're all part of this team. Joe Kelly, Tyler Glasnow, everybody on the team that at any point in time this season gets a ring, right? So, it's a team effort from the beginning of the regular season till now. So whatever it took to get here, it worked. They got here and they won. Having Kike in the lineup in the postseason was huge. Kike with that leadoff single versus the Tommy Kahnle changeup guy, also known as the same up guy. I don't throw anything but a changeup. Well, doesn't that make it a same up? If you're just throwing the same pitch over and over again, it's not changing. It's the same thing. So you're now a same up pitcher. I've now come up with a new pitch. It's called the same up. It's not a change up anymore. It's just the same up. Well, look, Aaron Boone was like, yeah, this ain't working anymore. I was doing my wife thought I was going crazy because I was doing the Aaron Boone monologue when he was walking out to talk to Kahnle. And I was saying something to the effect of, hey, Tommy, yeah, you think you want to mix in a fastball or a curveball or something else because your changeup every pitch is at 87 miles an hour, not effective anymore. So he yanked him out of there pretty quickly. I mean, he threw 8 total pitches and didn't get an out. So, I think the changeup after changeup after changeup wasn't effective. And I'm with Frank here. Thank you for bringing this up, Frank. Where are all the Roberts haters right now? It's been Nando a lot, but Nando does it. I think Nando does it jokingly, but and Nando comes back to rehire Dave Roberts a lot. But yeah, Dave Roberts deserves to be congratulated for the way he managed this team this year. Look at what was in front of him tonight. Just look at tonight. Flaherty was not good. Did not have it. Inning and a third, gave up 4 runs, 2 home runs, and he went and got Bonda. Bonda walked a couple, struck out 1, got 2 outs, wasn't working, didn't feel Bonda had it, looked at the matchup and brought Brazier in. Brazier surrendered a home run, 12 pitches, threw a full inning though, got out of it, right? At that point, it was 4-0. So maybe 5. Kopech did what Kopech does, comes in and blew heat, gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout, got out of it. Vesia came in 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 walk, got out of it. Gratterall, a little shaky. Gratterall wasn't Gratterall. I don't know if the moment overcame him. Fortunately, like that could have That at that point when Gratterall was in there, that could have gone bad. Gratterall threw 24 pitches. And at that point, you start looking. I went and looked at the roster. I'm like, who is left? Who do we have? We had Honeywell. Nope. We had Hudson, maybe. And Kasperius. I'm like, really? That's how I felt about Kasperius at that point. You're going to put him in there? Decisive game 5 of the World Series? Or are you going to go get Walker Buehler? Everyone's like, Walker Buehler? He's on 2 days rest. So what? 2 days, he's going to throw 20 pitches max. And then maybe you have to go to Kasperius. But the fact is, Walker Buehler had the off speed working. I mean, anything that Walker Buehler threw tonight, like how fantastic was that performance from Walker Buehler? Don't overlook what he did. He did not give them a pitch to hit in a crucial time in the 9th inning when one swing of the bat could have tied the game. He threw nothing but pitches that were down in the zone, mostly off speed with heavy spin, knuckle curve. I mean, sliders. He was like, you're not hitting a fastball out on me. And it worked. It was fantastic. I can't emphasize enough how huge that was. Unlike the 4-seamer that Jack Flaherty threw to Aaron Judge in the first pitch, and he hammered it. Aaron Judge has not been able to hit anything that wasn't flat over the plate. Why are you throwing him a 4-seam? Don't try to be sneaky. Throw that guy off speed and then work the right way. I mean, is that working backwards? No, that is working backwards. So yeah, work backwards. Be smart. Throw him off speed, and then force the fastball in there. Don't set him up with a fastball. There's BC. BC, are you four deep at this point? 5 deep, 6 deep? Have you been celebrating since the 8th inning? You like BC just joined the show. BC is one of the first dudes in here night after night after night. So tonight I am here to congratulate all of you guys for being here all season. I freaking love Freddie. Hit 300 when it counts. Freddie was awesome. Big contract extension coming for, this is from Frank. Flaherty pulled his hammy in game 1, plus his bad back was a bad combo. He also says big contract extension coming for Dave, and number 30 retired to honor him, and Maury Wills. Yeah, Dave Roberts is now a legend. And whether you guys want to admit that the World Series in 2020 was a real one or not, it's still a World Series. By the way, my Giants friend, my text to him was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 16 middle fingers. That's all, because I didn't say a word to him during the series. I when the Clippers started the regular season, I said something about, hey, what'd you think about the Clippers tonight? Because he's a huge basketball fan. He's like, I missed it. Were they on national TV? Got to be honest. I'm so focused on the Doyers losing the NBA season snuck up on me. So I didn't say a word to him because I didn't want to jinx it. That was another thing. When you start talking trash to people before it's over, right? It's bad. So I waited. It was hard because they're going to win, but I'm waiting. I'm not going to say anything until it's over. Then as the game was over, 16 middle fingers. That's it. That's all you need, Giant fans. Suck on that. World Series number 8. Way to go, Dodgers. Unbelievable. Fantastic. Got to take a break. It's the Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. I don't know if you got the final score or not, but it was 7-6 as the Dodgers win it 4-1, their 8th World Series championship. Blake Trinan gets the win. Canely suffers the loss. Mr. Same Up and Walker Buehler with the save. Our final break, and then we'll come back and I don't know. We're going to dance around. We're going to celebrate some more. We're going to toast one more time before it is all over here on the Locked On Dodgers postcast. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Dodgers postcast is also brought to you by Gametime. You know, I love the Gametime app. It is a awesome way to get tickets to any event, not just sports events, comedy, concerts. It's all available there for you, and it's an authorized ticket marketplace for Major League Baseball. I know that for a lot of us, going to a World Series game was kind of out of the price range. I looked at it for game 1 and 2, it was like $1,200, and that was for like the worst seat in the house. But I tell you what, I looked at other places, and with Gametime, it was considerably less. So, if you were saving up, you didn't go to any regular season games, you're like, if the Dodgers go to the World Series, I am going. Gametime was the place to get your tickets without a doubt. Last minute ticket prices, flash deals, zone deals. They do this thing like if you wait till an hour before the game, you could save money. So that's epic as well. They also have views from the seat, which is, for me, one of the big things. So you can see what you're going to see from where you're sitting. If you try to maybe go one section over and save a little bit of money, it'll show you if that's worth it or not. They have all-in pricing, which is another thing that a lot of other websites and apps don't have. You're like, oh, this ticket's only $45, and before you know it, it's $250 for 2 tickets. Not with Gametime. All-in pricing, toggle list features, shows you the total upfront price with no surprise or fees at checkout. Download the Gametime app, create an account, and use the code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem the code LOCKEDONMLB, LOCKEDONMLB, for $20 off your first purchase. Download Gametime today. Last minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. There's Nando. I love it, buddy. Fire Dave Roberts. It's a mantra that I think we should just hold on to, right, Nando? It's something I think that we can use in the future and laugh and help us relieve our frustrations at times, and look back to this season that there were many times when we thought Dave Roberts needed to be fired. I'll be honest with you. I will be honest. I think I've said this at least once or twice, maybe not. This is what my thought was last year. Jose, thanks for chiming in. Fire Dave Roberts, but make him president of this U.S. Amen, buddy. That's awesome. I said last year after that defeat to the Arizona Diamondbacks that they don't need to fire him from the team. They need to elevate him, make him like the president of baseball operations or something. But I'm a believer. I am embarrassed that I have ever gone down that road. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I feel like a lot of this has to do with Friedman giving Dave Roberts freedom to actually coach this team, manage this team, right? And pulling all the right punches in spite of Shohei Ohtani being awful. I mean, awful. This is your big free agent acquisition, the biggest in the history of baseball, and he was atrocious. I mean, that was not good. He is the opposite of Mr. October. Freddie Freeman is the new Mr. October. Shohei Ohtani is not. He needs to learn from this situation, because you have to assume that there'll be more for this team. Jose Media says, I finally believe in Roberts. Finally. It's a good question here from Nando. When's the parade? It's a very good question. So today's what? Today is Wednesday. I'm going to say probably Monday. They won't do it over the weekend. They usually do them on a weekday, probably down Figueroa. So yeah, that's my ballpark. I don't think they would do it Friday. That's too close. Monday, maybe Tuesday would be the Dodger parade. So I hope to see you guys there. Ask my daughter, who's 13, you want to go to the parade? She's like, absolutely. So I've covered 2 parades when the Lakers won for work. And that was a lot of work. That was me with a headphones and a microphone and a remote box that broadcasted back to the station, walking next to, I forgot I covered the Kings too. So that's four parades I've covered from LA Live, because those teams are all at LA Live, and they would go down from LA Live down the street towards the Coliseum. But I literally walked from LA Live down Figueroa next to the bus all the way to the Coliseum, kind of reporting on what was happening. It was pretty cool, but it was a long day. It wasn't cool. It was nice and warm. And it was It was a lot, but it was very cool. So haven't ever done, and I'm assuming being there as a fan is very different. Just, watching them go by, yelling and screaming, parking is probably going to be hell. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But ballpark on that, whoever asked the question, is Monday. Frank, man, I agree with you. I love this team. Just the scrappy ability to score runs in the way they did tonight. And look, a moment of silence for the Yankees defense. It was just terrible. And that's a terrible way to lose a game, especially when you're up 5-0. Betts reached on that infield single where Cole should have been covering, or you could say that Rizzo should have hustled to the bag. Then Freddie Freeman, who, has it been announced yet? Is he the MVP? Because he should be if he's not. Single to center for 2 runs there to make it 5-3. Then Teo with a double to center. And again, Teo Hernandez, so clutch, and a guy that causes you to be frustrated because you know what he's capable of. But it seems like the second he becomes overly frustrating, he does something like that. And the thing about Teo is that he hits a ball, and it's not like Freddie. It's not a no-doubter. You're like, that's hit hard, right? And sure enough, you see the center fielder like tracking, backpedaling, and it's off the wall for a double, 2 runs. Thanks, Frank, confirming that Freddie, in fact, is the MVP, as it should be. So Teo with a 2-run double, scoring Betts and Freeman to make it 5-5. Then Stanton with a sacrifice fly to center. Soto scored to make it 6-5. So Dodgers were down in the 6th. Then in the 8th, Gavin Lux with a sac fly to center, scoring Kike to make it 6-all. And then Mookie Betts, the game-winning RBI, not a base hit, sac fly, getting it done, taking care of business. I mean, I'm just excited. I am exhausted and relieved that this season is over, because it has been a lot, and I can't wait to get back to it next March and do some spring training, and then get this season started as the Dodgers look to defend. So much good stuff to build on. Questions are out there. Obviously, we wonder, will Teo be back? Will Walker be back? I hope so. I really do. I hope they can figure out a way to have both of those guys back. I think they're both necessary. And for any of us who weren't necessarily believers in Walker Buehler, he proved to us tonight that he is worthy of being a member of this team. So through 5 innings of pain, we come out with our 8th World Series title in a full 162 game season. So all of you Giant fan, Boston fan, Astro fan naysayers that say the World Series in 2020 wasn't legit, I believe you all had the same opportunity as the Dodgers to win that World Series, and you didn't. And here they are again, winning it on a full-scale schedule. 162, took down the powerful Padres, took down the Mets, and took down the second best team in baseball, the Yankees, in an iconic Dodgers-Yankees World Series, their 12th meeting in the World Series. And Dodgers now have 4 versus the Yankees. Yankees still lead that series dominantly 8-5. Frank from Milwaukee, I appreciate you staying up late night after night. Says he loved watching, and I appreciate all you guys. It has just been unbelievable. So we're out of time, but for those of you who are sports fans and not just baseball fans, Clippers, Chargers, Trojans, we'll be doing that in the sorry about that. It'll be March, and baseball will be started before we know it. It'll be right around the corner. So enjoy the off season. I love you guys all. And it's been an epic ride. And to start this locked on journey with a championship I'm sorry, I keep hitting the microphone. It's too good to be true. It's unbelievable. I mean, it really is. And I'm blessed. So Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Celebrate Dodgers and rock on, as they like to say in the music world. Go pop some caps and spray. Go in your shower, as I mentioned. Do like the Dodgers are doing right now at Yankee Stadium, spraying themselves in beer and champagne. If you have a beer in a bottle or an old bottle of champagne that you don't care about, go into your shower and pop the cap and shake it up and spray it all over yourself. It is so fun and cool. Trust me, it'll be an experience that you will never, ever forget. Just like this World Series for the Dodgers, coming from behind, down 5-0 to win it 7-6, their 8th World Championship. I think that's all I have for tonight. Again, thanks to you guys for watching, listening all season long. It's been an epic ride, and we can't wait to get back to it next year. Take care. Go Dodgers. Have a good night.